All right, welcome back to Secrets Can Kill. If you didn't remember last time, pretty much we just met all of the suspects and then we got into the library, but now we are going to explore the library. So let's take a look, see, shall we? So, got a hot spot right here, and what is this? And it's oh, this is a word puzzle. So it says sabotage should cause concern, but with the gloves, you will not burn. So looks like if we find some gloves, we should get our hands on those. No pun intended because gloves go on your hands. So yeah, the bolt cutter you must take. I'm just like reading the blue letters and the green letters. Or you could be the next Jake. Well, we got the bolt cutters, so done with that. See, those are the word puzzles that I can do. The other ones, I'm like, no thanks to that. So we're gonna read the Sports Today magazine. And let's see. Let's open that up. The insanity of steroid abuse. It's just talking about how there's peer pressure among college and even high school athletic teams to take steroids because it helps you, like get stronger, or if you're suffering from an injury, helps you get over that faster so you can continue playing. Interesting. So, we'll keep that in the back of our minds. Steroids. And then in the library, there's a ton of books that you don't even need. Like, we're not going to need Morse code, not going to need classifying fingerprints. So it's like you could read those if you wanted to, but we literally just don't even need them. We don't even have a book to read on that one. But yeah, there's like, oh, we do need this one. And so if you'll notice, Connie Watson was wearing a medallion, and it was this symbol, a crane. So remember that she's wearing a medallion that is kanji for crane. And then we will need that one, but we will tend to that when it's necessary. And I can't remember if we need to go to the second floor for anything. Yeah, I'm guessing that's another. It's probably another word puzzle that means something, but I'm clueless in that department, so I apologize. Okay, we're gonna go back downstairs. We're gonna go talk to people again because we are, I don't know, talkative. We're feeling good. Let's talk to Hal. Let's gossip about other people. Let's ask him about Hulk. Talk to us. And it looks like Hal's a fan. He knows that he holds some records at the school as a quarterback since he's the #1 player. Oh, but he was a big candidate for university, even with his injury. So we're going to ask about the injury. It says Hulk got hurt a few weeks ago and he hasn't played the same. So that's interesting that his chances are at stake because he was injured. Let's talk about Connie now. Oh my goodness. And Connie was dating Jake when she called him a creep and everything? That doesn't add up. We'll have to ask Connie about that. Let's talk about Daryl now. Daryl is very popular. He's a good politician, just like his dad, and he found Jake's body. So we're gonna be like, what's up with his father? And it looks like Daryl's dad is a former U.S. senator. He was a great politician, not a good businessman, so his company went bankrupt. Dang. We're gonna ask if he knows the combination to Jake's locker, and he's no help in that department. Thanks for nothing, Hal. Alright, let's go talk to Connie. Like, why was she dating Jake and, like, talking crap about him at the same time? Girlfriend of the Year award! Alright, so we're gonna keep gossiping about people. So let's ask about Hulk. Maybe. He's a big jock on campus, and she felt the need to tell us that she's never dated him. So thanks for that, Connie. We'll ask about Hal. He's an exchange student from Japan and a complete workaholic. He's trying to get a scholarship for college and looking really burnt out, and Connie says she thinks the pressure is getting to him. What pressure, Connie? Hal is maxing out on course hours, and he needs to prove himself if he's going to get a scholarship. And it looks like if Hal doesn't get a scholarship, he'll have to go back to Japan, and that would disgrace his family. So that's interesting. Motivation. We'll ask about Daryl. And Connie seems to have a little crushy poo-poos on him. And she says she wishes she knew him better. He's the only guy she'd ever considered dating. He's a student council president, holds a cool job at the diner, and drives a Porsche 911. But we're not gonna judge him on that decision. So we are going to ask the combination of Jake's locker, and she's calling him a jerk and doesn't know. Oh, she's wondering about us because we're asking a lot of questions. She's suspicious. But guess what? I want to talk to Connie again. Don't judge me. We're going to ask about her medallion because guess what? If you remember when we looked at that judo poster, it was like the Crane Judo School or something like that. So we're going to ask her about that because that is just weird. And she thinks it's a coincidence as well. Okay, she's not talking to us again, but we're going to try one more time. And she's angry. But we're going to say, didn't I hear you dating Jake? Because that is an interesting fact. All right, and she just says nonchalantly that it's a mistake. So, okay, Connie, we know it's a mistake, but why? We'll talk to Hulk now. And we're going to keep gossiping about people. So we're going to ask about Connie. She's been hanging out at the gym a lot, and she's having a tough time. So we're going to ask, why a tough time? And it looks like she's having a money problem. So we're going to ask about Hal. He's always studying, real smart guy. Oh, and it looks like Hal was hanging out with Jake Rogers. That's interesting. Jake's locker was right next to Hal's, so maybe we need to talk to Hal again about the locker combination because it seems like that he knows, but he's just not telling us. So we're going to ask about Daryl Gray. He's a cool guy. His family sponsored the annual football awards, and he was the one who found Jake's body. And then we're going to ask Hulk about his injury and how that affects his chances of playing college ball. And he's mad. He's as strong as ever, apparently, so he's completely in denial, but, we'll let him have it. He's injured. And then we're going to ask Hal about the locker again. Oh, no, we're not. Okay, just kidding. Hal is useless to us. For now. And then we're going to talk to Daryl Gray because we want to keep gossiping. The funnest. And guess what? Disc change. We got to switch to disc number 1 because we want to talk to Daryl. Because we're on a pretty good gossip party right now. Why not continue it? He probably has some little secrets. So as a summary, we have learned that Connie dated Jake. Her medallion is coincidentally, maybe, it has the same name as the judo school, the men's judo school, mind you. And then we learned that Hulk was injured, and that Daryl's family is rich and politicianness. That's not a word, but I just used it. All right, so we're going to ask about, hold on. There we go. We're going to ask about Hulk. And we get to learn about his ability to scarf down a dozen burgers at a time. So that's useful. He's a linebacker. I thought somebody else said he was a quarterback, but that's okay. And he's really psyched to play college ball next year. So we're not going to ask these questions because that is just weird. Did he even mention manatees? Yeah, okay. I was like, that was random. We're going to ask about Connie. She's never been to Maxine's, so she's a loser. We'll ask why he thinks she's never been to the diner. She's very private about what she does after school. That's suspicious. Then we're going to ask about Hal. His name isn't Hal, but he uses Hal because his Japanese heart is too hard to pronounce. Poor Hal. He's an exchange student who's all study and no play, and he's completely obsessed with getting a college scholarship. We'll ask if he knows Jake's locker combination. He says he's good, but not that good, but apparently he's not great either. Maybe try something close to home, like his birthday or his address. Okay, because I know both of those things. Thanks for that. Yeah, we're gonna be like, Connie lied about dating Jake. Oh, I accidentally said goodbye. So we're gonna say, could something have happened between them to push her to murder? Because Connie's looking pretty weird, like she totally lied about it. He says Connie seems more together than that, and I guess if she were fighting for her life, she could have done it. So I think he's insinuating that it could have been an abusive relationship. Okay. We'll go back to the school because we have some more things to talk about. But guess what? We have to insert CD too, so that's awesome. Alright, so back we are at Paseo del Mar High School. We have some things to talk about, but mainly we want to get into Jake's locker, so we're going to ask around about that. Because initially I didn't want to ask Hulk about it, but I'm going to ask him about it now because I realized that I have to. And a very generous offer from Hulk. He said he could tear the door off with his teeth, but it might be easier to ask Hal Tanaka. So thank you for that generosity, Hulk. That was really kind of you. And then I swear we already asked him about his injury, but I guess we'll ask him again, and he got mad again, so that is awesome. So we're going to ask Hal again because I think he might have been lying the first time. Or maybe he just didn't think he knew. So we'll ask him about the combination. And he said that he remembers one day Jake was mad because he could not open his locker, and he said that he wished he had a phone handy. So maybe we need to take a look at a phone. Then we're going to ask him about Connie talking about his study habits, and he says he can handle it. But obviously not, because Connie seemed to be worried about him. So who's telling the truth? So we're going to look at this phone. And so the combination to Jake's locker is his name in numbers. So Jake, so it's 5253, which spells out Jake. I know. Awesome. How did that happen? But yeah, they should have given a better hint on that, but it works. So we're going to ignore this warning that you can serve 15 years in prison by tampering with this evidence because our wants are greater than, I don't know, the law's needs. So there we go, we're in. So here we have an empty cassette tape. Who knows what that was for? But, you know, okay. He has this book of English essays, and it's an essay on etiquette because maybe Jake just wanted to work on his manners and be polite. But that is odd, so we'll have to remember that. Another odd thing that he has in his locker is a judo magazine. Let's see, and it looks like at Paseo del Mar High there was a masked marauder. There was a winner of the tournament that was masked and to conceal his identity, and he only identified himself as Niniko. I don't know, but he won the men's judo tournament, so it's weird that Jake would have that in his locker, but you know, facts. Then he's got a video camera. Looks like he has a magazine. This is a newspaper, and it's about a break-in at the local pharmacy, and the police said that whoever it was knew exactly what they were looking for. They broke in the building through the back window, took the drugs, and were out in minutes, so they knew exactly what they were looking for. So it's also weird that Jake would have this in his locker, but maybe it's of some importance. Then we're also going to take this box cutter because we're going to need that. So let's talk to some people about our findings. Let's talk to Hulk first. We'll ask him why Jake had a video camera in his locker, because we're blatantly telling people that we broke the law and opened it. And Hulk says he's tired of talking about Jake, but we're going to talk again. I will not back off. Rude. We're going to ask him about the robbery at the pharmacy. And he says all he knows about is football, so Hulk is about as useless, or as useful as a football right now. Alright, so let's try talking to some other people. try to figure out why Jake had certain contents in his locker, especially that video camera. There has got to be a reason behind that. So we're going to ask Connie first because they are dating, or they were. And I swear we already asked that, but we'll ask it again, and she got mad again. But now we're going to ask about the video camera, and she is wondering why we're interested in Jake. Jealous, Connie? Just kidding. Jake is dead. We can't do anything, man. Get over it. We'll talk to Hal, because they seem to be friends. Ask about the video camera. And Hal didn't know that Jake was interested in video and that he avoided him whenever he could. That is the great friendship right there. So yes, and now, guess what? We are going to explore the teacher's lounge. So we're going to go back to the school, find this little hot spot, and along with breaking the law and getting into Jake's locker, we're going to commit vandalism and cut a hole in the teacher's lounge window because there's no better way to get in besides that. So I'm going to end the episode right here. And so next video we are going to explore the teacher's lounge, see what we can find in there. We're going to keep asking people about the contents of that locker so we can get to the bottom of this and see if that can help figure out what happened to Jake. So yeah, watch out for that next video and we'll continue on this lovely mystery. And thanks for watching.